One ancient Chinese tale goes that the Emperor of Heaven once decided to summon 8 mortal beings to be guardians of the balance between heaven and earth. These extraordinary individuals were initially ordinary people who, having completed different tasks and challenges, won the god's attention and were rewarded with immortality. In Chinese mythology, Dongbin is one of the 8 mortals and is often considered the leader or most prominent among them. Dongbin was originally a scholar and swordmaster who lived during the Tang Dynasty. He was renowned for his martial arts skills, but despite his achievements, he felt an inner void and sought a deeper meaning in life. While walking in the mountains one day, Dongbin met an old sage who noticed his yearning for spiritual knowledge. The wise man challenged Dongbin to wade across a turbulent river, holding a bamboo basket filled with fish. Dongbin accepted the challenge and, by doing so, achieved spiritual enlightenment and immortality. Dongbin is associated with spiritual enlightenment, martial arts, and the pursuit of immortality. Xiangu, otherwise known as Queen Mother of the West, is among the 8 immortals in Chinese mythology. According to legend, a heavenly messenger appeared to Xiangu while she was at home, presenting her with a magical peach. By eating it, Xiangu became immortal. She is often portrayed as a beautiful woman, dressed in white, holding a lotus flower. Xiangu is associated with virtues such as purity, healing, and compassion. Zhang Guolao is also a member of the 8 Immortals, renowned for his mystical arts skills and his quest for immortality. He is often depicted as an old man riding a donkey and carrying a magic drum. Zhang Guolao was a philosopher, strategist, and alchemist. He devoted his life to the quest for immortality, studying alchemy and magic. Zhang Guolao is believed to have achieved immortality when he found a special technique for preserving life. He developed the ability to fold his pet donkey as if it were a scroll, allowing him to conveniently carry the animal. This became a distinguishing feature of Zhang Guolao in traditional representations. The other remarkable detail of Zhang Guolao is his magic drum. He could play it to accomplish extraordinary feats, such as flying through the sky or predicting the future. Lan Caihe is renowned for her joyful nature, eccentric behavior, and mystical abilities. She is often represented as an androgynous figure among the 8 mortals, dressed unkemptly, carrying a gourd and a bamboo flute. Originally, Lan Caihe was a wandering mendicant with a cheerful and carefree demeanor. One version of the story describes Lan Caihe as a young woman, while other versions describe her gender identity as more fluid, stressing her androgyny. As legend has it, Lan Caihe attained immortality in a unique way. She once shared her wisdom with a scholar who questioned her veracity as a spiritual being. As proof of her transcendental nature, Lan Caihe simply flew into the sky, taking off her earthly garments. Lan Caihe blows her bamboo flute to spread joy and inspiration. She carries a gourd, which is often associated with a magical vessel holding the essence of life and immortality. One of the 8 immortals in Chinese mythology, Zhongli Quan, is well known for his alchemical skills, his contributions to medicine, and his search for immortality. He is often portrayed as an old man carrying a fan, and in some representations, holding a magic pot. Zhongli Quan was originally a government official during the Han Dynasty. Dejected by the corruption and injustice he had witnessed, he quit his post and began to search for spiritual truth and immortality. The tale goes that during his quest, Zhongli Quan encountered a master alchemist who tutored him in transmutation and alchemy. He found a magical pot containing the elixir of immortality. This was said to be watched over by a fierce guardian, but Zhongli Quan succeeded in overcoming the challenges and obtaining the elixir. By drinking it, he achieved immortality. He also acquired the ability to revive the dead using his magic fan, symbolizing his dominion over life and death. Cao Guojiu is one of Chinese mythology's 8 immortals, famous for his story of renunciation, compassion, and spiritual fulfillment. Originally a nobleman during the Song Dynasty, his story often brings out his journey of renouncing power for the sake of a more spiritual life. Cao Guojiu was a member of the imperial family and occupied a prominent position at court. He was known for his honesty and righteousness, but his life turned around when he encountered corruption in his own family. His older brother was engaged in illegal activities, and Cao Guojiu was appalled by it. Not wanting to be complicit in his brother's actions, Cao Guojiu opted to renounce his office and his noble position. He decided to become a Buddhist monk, devoting himself to a life of renunciation and service to those in need. During his spiritual journey, legend has it that Cao Guojiu attained immortality through spiritual practices and meditation. He is often associated with a fan, symbolizing his search for truth and wisdom. Han Xiangzi is seen in Chinese mythology as one of the Eight Immortals who personified joy, eternal youth, and the spiritual quest through music. He is known for his eternal youth and cheerful nature. He is often depicted as an attractive and elegantly dressed young man, holding a sandalwood flute. The story goes that when Han Xiangzi was playing his flute on the banks of the Han River, his melodies could enchant even celestial beings. He found his way to immortality through several spiritual experiences. One version of the story was him meeting Dongbin, another of the Eight Immortals, who mentored him in his quest for spiritual transcendence. Tieguai is one of the Eight Immortals in Chinese mythology, renowned for his unique appearance and medical abilities. He is frequently portrayed as a lame man, with a wooden leg and a scruffy appearance. Despite his distinctive physical appearance, Tieguai was considered a sage and a healer. He was originally a gifted physician during the Tang Dynasty. One day, when on a spiritual journey, he met Laozi, an important figure in Taoism. Laozi noticed Tieguai's commitment and kindness, and offered him an immortality elixir. Before leaving, Laozi asked him to keep it and assured him that he would eventually return to his body. While Tieguai was in a state of deep meditation, his body was suddenly destroyed by an accidental fire. To pursue his quest of immortality, Tieguai transferred his soul into the body of a limp beggar. Owing to their different origins and the eras in which they lived, the Eight Immortals were finally reunited in the Celestial Kingdom after a few centuries. Having gathered, they decided to descend from the Celestial Kingdom to explore the mortal world. The journey started in the majestic Kunlun Mountains, where Xiangu, the Queen Mother of the West, handed out immortality peaches to her fellows. With laughter and joy, the Eight Immortals embarked on their pilgrimage across China's immense territories. The Eight Immortals faced epic challenges and adventures together. In one instance, they were tasked with defeating a dragon that threatened to destroy crops and attack villages. Using their skills in combination, the Immortals protected the island, locking the dragon in a deep lake. On another occasion, the Eight Immortals confronted an evil magician who wanted to darken the sun. Dongbin, with his divine sight, spotted the sorcerer and, with the concerted might of the Eight Immortals, prevented darkness from overtaking the earth. The other legend has it that the Eight Immortals joined forces to rout a demonic horde that invaded the famous Shaolin Temple. Using their unique abilities, they brought peace and serenity to the sacred temple. Their journeys went on for decades, and with each step, the Eight Immortals created a footprint of wisdom, compassion, and magic. Their names became legendary, held in reverence throughout the kingdom. When they finally decided to return to the Celestial Kingdom, their influence lingered on, and the stories of their adventures were recounted again and again, inspiring future generations to pursue the divine on their own journeys. The Eight Immortals left a legacy of goodness and splendor that would echo throughout eternity.